So there's
Well,
there's
we
the
don't need
table.
deck
There are our
because we're
players.
clearly seeing green versus red here. So
Yeah, it's it looks like the Italian flag a little bit
It does a
without
little.
without the blue. We need to.
So it looks like blue-white Delver on the left from Nick Harlow, and on the right is Hayden McCarthey, and he is rocking black-red zombies. Now, we haven't seen zombies yet.
Not today.
No, it feels like I don't think I'd want to run that deck in this tournament with all these mid-range things flying around. It feels like they're going to be a little bit bigger than you are. I don't know if this deck has the speed to do it, but it looks like straight blue-white Delver for Nick here too. So we're going to get a chance to see two decks that are really trying to progress their game plans very, very proactively, and see who's going to come out on top here.
Yeah, I think now we don't have the deck list, so we can't say for sure what version of blue white del. Oh, we're gonna have the
and
deck
deck
list.
list
So
Voila!
so
Two pink deck.
all right. So
lists.
here's looking at the.
Yeah, this is. I want to know
Look
more
at the
about
zo-
the zombies.
Okay,
one. I think
so-
that we've seen the Delver list. Let me just take a quick. Delver,
It's
Snapcaster,
classic.
Geist, Restoration Angel, blue-white Delver. We know
Yeah.
this deck. So what
Yeah.
about the zombies list here?
Now the zombies list is kind of going in the direction that I think a lot of zombies lists are going recently with the blood artist kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
And that's huge for zombies. I think giving it that kind of reach, it reminds me in a strange way of the whole live wire lash infect situation where you're like, I don't have to attack to kill you.
Right.
I can do other things. You know, I can circumvent the combat step entirely.
Yep.
So and there are 4 blood artists in Hayden's list.
All right, so Diregraph Ghoul comes down for Hayden. Nick played an island, had no turn 1 play, no Delver, which is kind of the standard, but he didn't
Right.
have it in his opener. He does have a second blue source here, and he's just going to ship the turn back. So he's representing Snapcaster Blade, as I call it.
Yeah.
You can flash it in and just trade with something. It's not the ideal use for a card like Snapcaster Mage, but it is sometimes what you need to do. We might be seeing like a Blood Artist pre-combat to play around that, or to maximize on that, but we're not.
No blood artist.
So I think he's just going to be taking it here.
Yeah, I would not trade a Snapcaster for 2 damage at this point in the game.
Yeah. We can also see, there's very much a mana leak possible.
Oh yeah. And
Ooh, a Porcelain Legionnaire.
yeah, Porcelain Legionnaire. Now these
3/1 first strike for 2 and a white Phyrexian mana. So very aggressive, and it looks like it's going to resolve as well. What are
What
we gonna
did
see?
Nick keep if not?
No kidding.
Okay, he got it. He has a
Well,
vapor
He does
snag.
have something, but that's not ideal.
Oh, he did a
do
nice. It was a nice little lightning bolt.
It was a lightning
Impression
bolt.
there.
Yeah, it was.
2 from your Phyrexian mana and 1 from the vapor snag.
Kind of jilt-like.
Yeah, Hayden should be at 17, right?
For the following players, please report to the scorekeeper
Indeed.
station.
Vapor snag plus Phyrexian mana.
Yep.
Yeah.
All
And
right,
Geist
now,
of St.
This
Traff.
is a much
Nick.
better spot. Now we see a Geist come down in a position where it can actually start doing some beatdowns.
Yeah.
So Hayden's got to decide what he wants his plan to be. If he decides not to attack, then he leaves that up to be able to potentially block the Geist, but he just exposes himself
he's
to
just
so
like,
many bad things.
Gonna get hit by an angel. And there's that Porcelain Legionnaire
There
again.
comes back. Now, does he have a follow-up 1-drop or no? Oh,
Yes, he
I
does.
spoke too soon. He has a Grave
Crawler.
All right. Well, that's a pretty nice board state. That's one that could potentially race
Yeah. Now this is
the
something that
Geist of St. Traft.
came up. It was a few months ago, but I can't remember exactly what event it was. But a player played Porcelain Legionnaire, got it bounced by Vapor Snag, replayed it, got it bounced by Vapor Snag again. It's like that Porcelain Legionnaire cost him almost half his life total
That's
because
brutal.
his opponent continued to Vapor Snag it. And I hope Hayden isn't walking into the same trap.
I mean, there's only one creature that can block for Hayden, and he just simply has to. So,
Yeah, so it looks
Restoration Angel.
like Restoration Angel is going to save the Geist of St. Traft from the claws of the Porcelain Legionnaire, which to me means that, there's Porcelain Legionnaire. So it's a nice 3/1 first striker, but that's irrelevant when Restoration Angel comes down to save the Geist. So Hayden takes 4 from the Angel, and Geist of St. Traft is restored.
This board looks very nice for Nick. He's got a 3/4 blocker. It's going to prevent pretty much any attacks here unless it gets killed. If it does get killed, then it changes the complexion. I see it go for the throat in hand, and he's going to do it after casting
Yes, so there's a Blood Artist.
Now that's going to change the complexion of this game dramatically. So Hayden's going to go to 12. Nick's going to drop down to 15 here, and he could take 3, 4, 5. He could take 7 damage this turn. And
All right.
he will.
Yeah, Hayden's
he will at least be attacked by all of these things.
Yeah, there is Blood Artist. That is some of the sickest artwork too. Do you see
Yeah.
like just bodies hanging in the background?
Oh yeah, that's where you get your paint.
Yeah, exactly. And that is some awesome artwork.
Yeah, this is a deck on the right here that Smitty originally championed.
Yes, the Blood Artist kind
Yeah,
of
he
thing.
called it Kamikaze, and he wrote about it on Star City. And yeah, this is a deck that's definitely become part of the meta.
I love it. I love that it has that kind of reach in the form of Blood Artist.
Yeah. Can do stupid things with what is it called? Killing Wave?
Yeah.
Whew.
I've seen a Killing Wave for 0 kill somebody.
Yeah. Yeah, you just I sack all
Just-
my guys.
Back in Columbus.
There you go.
So
All right. So it looks like Nick says, well, I'm not going to race this guy on the ground, so I'm just going to have to bash in, so he does.
it looks like Hayden's going to take all 6 here from
Yep.
the Geist and the Angel. Hayden goes to 10. Nick Harlow at 8. And facing down a horde of zombies. Well, actually just 2. Just a pair of zombies. A pseudo-zombie in the form of Porcelain Legionnaire.
Yeah.
So he's
Substitute
just
zombie.
joined the team, yeah. Just a pinch hitter, and we've got a Blood Artist, which is not a zombie, but can do some work.
Man, we haven't seen Drolf's Messenger yet.
No. All right, here come the 2 zombies, Gravecrawler and Diagraph Ghoul, alongside the Porcelain Legionnaire.
So Hayden's at 6 here?
Hayden, I believe now, yeah. Where did he go to 6 from? I thought he was at 16, took 6 from the Geist and Angel
That's what I'm trying
attack.
to figure out.
I'm not sure why he's at 6.
I mean, he did cast that Porcelain Legionnaire a couple of times.
Right. I mean,
he
I'm
took
not.
4. He took 4 he's taken 10 from the Geist plus his friend. And he's cast this thing twice, and he's gained a couple, so that makes sense.
I mean,
Right?
he's cast it twice. That's 4 life. He's taken 2 from Vapor Snag. That's 6 life, right? So, and then he's taken 6 from the. Or has he
He's
taken 10 from the Angel?
Yeah. And then
Right. So that would put him at 4 and 5. Yeah,
And then
that's
he's
what
gained
it
a
is.
couple
Yeah, he's
from the
gained
guy,
gained just
yeah.
1 off of the thing, I guess. But
Yeah. All right. So it looks like he has 2 Porcelain Legionnaires in his hand, which is also both in this case in his entire deck.
yeah.
And that is not an exciting spot to be in when you cannot cast them any other way.
Yeah, so Snapcaster Vapor Snag takes care of the Porcelain Legionnaire, but Nick still drops to 4 after taking 4 from the 2 zombies. Now Hayden has kind of a decision to make here. Do I want to drop to 3 to play another Porcelain Legionnaire? Do I want to drop to 1 to play 2 Porcelain Legionnaires? Neither of those seem
he's dead
very
on
good
board.
because he's dead if he's dead on board if he doesn't find some
Is this
way.
a messenger? It
There's
is a messenger. So that's going to take him to 2. So now he has the ability here to go down to 1. Cards like Vapor Snag become very, very important at this point. Vapor Snag would kill him. Assumption being that the Geist of St. Traps is going to be able to get in for damage the Angel token.
Yeah, but I'm looking and I see only 1 blocker, and he's at 5. He's going to take 4 from the Angel and then 2 from one of those guys, right?
One of what guys?
One of the either the Geist or the Snapcaster, right?
Oh, right, if he just ships the team in, of course.
yeah.
I don't know what I was thinking there.
I think if I'm Nick, I just am like, what are you going to do? Like, I guess he represents some sort of burn spell here, so
Yeah,
I
but
guess if I'm
but
Nick,
he knows one of his cards is a Porcelain Legionnaire.
yeah, and it actually is just 2 Porcelain Legionnaires, right? That's all he's got in his hand.
It's true, so he's
And
just dead.
I think Nick knows he's also dead next turn. If Hayden had a burn spell that dealt 2 damage, Nick's at 2.
Yeah,
So
so he knows.
I just go
He knows
in,
his
yeah.
game's over. He's just going to chip in. But like you said, he actually just doesn't have a choice anyway.
right, it's just like, hey, I need to go all in, and if for some reason he has a burn spell that deals 2 to my guy that can't hit me.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
And that is the game.
game. That was a close one too. We've seen
Yes.
a lot of real close games.
Yeah, we really
Coming
have.
down to like, if you don't win right here, the other guy wins. So. Very, very cool. Like, I don't know. So a lot of reach from that deck. We didn't really see a lot of it. We saw the Blood Artist, it gained him 1 life. And
Yeah,
lost
in
him
that
1
case,
life,
and
but-
normally it does a lot more work than that. But
I think we may see a lot more in games 2 and 3.
where are we?
Where are we? I'm right next to you.
Right. Where are we?
To your left, actually. We're in Seattle.
Hey!
I'm Joey Pasco, and that's Marshall Sutcliffe of the Limited Resources podcast.
Right.
And some Wizards coverage.
Yep, I do coverage for Grand Prix
Yeah.
and sometimes Pro Tours when they happen as well.
Yeah, did some great coverage on the Avison Restored Pro Tour.
Thank you. That was my first time. That was a
awesome.
little hectic, but
I was
fun.
doing coverage that weekend too, but on my breaks I was watching coverage.
Were you really?
I was.
Oh, that's
yeah.
great.
So I had my iPhone sitting there. I watched Alex Hayden
Look at
win.
you. Oh, that was great, wasn't
sitting there in I guess it was in Madison actually.
Yep.
I was sitting there watching the coverage while I was on a break in between rounds. After the standard top 8 on Sunday in Madison was pretty much exactly when the top 8 of Pro Tour Avison
because we
Restored
were
lined up,
whatever
so-
9 hours ahead
right, exactly.
or 8 hours.
So I was in a break. I was like, this is great, and I was, and I loved it. I was rooting for Alex Hayden, and I thought it was.
No, he's
it was
making a
great
run
to,
right now in a certain GP that's going on as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Alex can play.
Yeah, so I was pretty excited about that. But yeah, that was good job.
I appreciate
Great
it.
job, actually.
Thank you.
First
yeah,
time,
I'm looking
so-
forward to getting back in there now that I'm a little more comfortable with how the whole process works.
Yeah.
So we didn't get to see any of the kind of big stuff from Hayden's deck. You know, he played a fairly kind of a fair game there. He's
Yeah.
like, yeah, make some 2/2s, attack you a couple times, remove one of your guys. Like, it wasn't that impressive.
It was
the
a
deck
very-
actually is much more explosive than that when it reaches that point of having a bunch of guys on board because of things. So let's say he's got three Geth verdicts. So seeing a Geist of Saint Trapped isn't a big deal for him. 2-blade Tragic Slip, 1 Killing Wave. Boo.
I don't know.
I mean, it's probably smart, but I like kind of moving in on it. Now, I do see 2 Mortar Pod here.
Yeah.
Those are going to be big. Like, if he had Mortar Pod in that game, he would win.
Yeah, it was so close right there anyway.
I mean, have you seen what happens, like, if you get a Mortar Pod on, like, a Drawl's Messenger with even just 1 Blood Artist out?
Right, yeah.
It's just like, what?
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
And we may see that. So I think
It's like 4 damage just from sacking it.
I don't like the Porcelain Legionnaires. I don't like them. I think it's great and everything, but in a format with so many Vapor Snags, and we saw it there, he took literally 6 damage from a Porcelain Legionnaire.
Okay.
He paid 2, it got Vapor Snag. Paid 2 again, it got Vapor Snag.
I don't think he ever even paid it again. Like, he couldn't.
He cast it twice though. Remember?
So that's 4 damage.
Right, and then 2 from the Vapor Snags.
Oh, I see what
you know
you're
what I'm
saying.
saying?
Sure, yeah.
Because he cast a Porcelain Legionnaire in place of another creature, he took 6 total.
So
yeah,
I
obviously.
know why it's here though. So you look at this list and it needs 2-drops. It needs aggressive
Yeah.
2-drops. Like, Highborn Ghoul just doesn't cut it. So they're subbing it in the best they can. They've hedged it a little bit and they're only running 2. As far as I know, the deck has no way to cast it.
No, I don't.
Pay
I
the
don't
white.
think it does. It doesn't appear
Swamp
to. I mean, even
Summit,
Cavern
Cliff,
of Souls.
Naming
I don't. Whatever the heck a Porcelain
Toilet
Legionnaire is,
Soldier?
right? Exactly.
I don't know if that
Toilet Soldier.
But yeah, so but I think that's why you see that in the deck, and I think that's why you only see 2 of them. Soldier?
Is it just Soldier? It's not even like Robot Soldier. Come on.
Just Soldier.
Well, there's Seachrome Coast
Oh, we're underway.
to Hayden's Black Cleave Cliffs, and we've got a Diagraph Ghoul from Hayden. So
So he must have just drawn that.
yeah.
Get to the Ponder train rolling. Once this train starts going, it doesn't stop very easily. I see another Ponder.
And he draws.
A lot of times people like to do that.
Island, and was that a go?
Ships it back.
Tom Ma agrees with me. Says Porcelain Legionnaire is poop, and I'm running a walking corpse in that slot because of Vapor Snag and Gut Shot. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Gut Shot also.
Yeah, you know, those are both getting a lot of play. Like, that's a pretty solid argument. And we
There's
do see
a
the Blood Artist come down.
Blood Artist.
Resolves? All right. Of course it does. There's no counters for 1 blue that would counter a Blood Artist.
Yeah, Spell Snare, please. Can I get a Spell Snare?
No.
All right, fair.
All right, so we do see the Geist come down for Nick. Yeah, that's what he wants to be doing here.
Yeah, it's looking very similar to the way it was last game.
It actually is, yeah. Over the next 2 to 3 turns, Hayden can make this game into something kind of insane if things go his way. If not, then it looks like it might go the way the other game went. There's a Moreland Hunt we mentioned a little bit ago.
Yeah, there it is, right there on Nick's side of the board, and right now not able to take advantage of it, but
So Hayden is
might
attacking.
not be long.
What do we have here? A 4-drop. Oh, an obliterator.
Phyrexian Obliterator, you're tapped
Sick.
out. I love it.
That resolves.
That'll hold back the Geist of St. Draft.
It will, and it's going to hit very, very hard. Now, it does get Vapor Snag pretty
I thought he
easily.
was going to have it.
Yeah, he didn't have it here, but we're definitely digging for it now. But you know what?
Snapcaster.
There's a Snapcaster. There's another Geist.
Snag. Phyrexian Obliterator.
Look at that guy.
Trampler.
Would not mess with that dude.
When a source deals damage to it, that source's controller sacrifices that many permanents. So, yeah, that'll put the brakes on Nick's offense until he can find a Vapor Snag.
Meanwhile, he will be getting mercilessly beaten down by the army that is here.
Yeah.
All right, so we see a Gitaxian Probe, and he is going to pay 2 life for it. Wow. Pretty nice hand. That second Blood Artist is very important.
That's huge, yeah.
That changes everything. The amount of, I play a lot on Magic Online. I've played against people with two of those. The triggers, there's so many, and this like covers your whole screen. Right, he's going to draw from this. He's going to need to hit some lands here as well. Another blue source would be good.
1, 2. Oh, he has Celestial Purge.
That's so sad for the Obliterator.
It is.
He did no obliterating. Also, it's exiled, so it doesn't even trigger Blood Artist.
Yeah, that's rough.
That is a bit of a blowout. And does he have a land, though? No? All right.
So, Geist of St. Traft and the Angel get in for 6, and now the life totals are at an even
that was
14.
a big turn.
That was a big turn. I'm disappointed to not see the Obliterator make more of an impact.
I am too, but that's why I would never play a deck with
Obliterators.
Yeah.
Right. I know that's why I was kind of so surprised, because I guess I don't really even think about it.
Yeah.
I know it's written right there in the
It
sideboard.
does do stuff, but
only if your opponent does not have an answer, and it seems like there's answers are aplenty in this format.
Hayden has an answer in his hand even. Like, he's got to go for the throw.
Yeah, he could kill his own guy. Yeah,
and he just has to say go here. This is not what he wanted. This is definitely going to open him up to some very bad things. Now, Nick still has to find the right thing, because he doesn't want to swing in.
He's got a Vapor Snag now, I think.
Does he really? If
he does, this could be brutal. I believe it's the second card in his hand. Yeah.
I don't know how Hayden recovers if it is, because he's also got a Snapcaster. So, like, he just Vapor Snags, hits him for 6, and then on the next turn, if Hayden can't put something better than that on the table, remember that thing comes into play tapped.
Right.
So he's just dead.
It's just nothing. Yeah.
Because this is going to bring Hayden to
Hayden's going to go for the throat on an Angel, maybe.
He's going to exile a Blood Artist.
All right.
Because I was going to say, because Hayden did have a block with the Blood Artist, which would trigger 2 of them.
Yeah, right.
What is this? Go for the throat.
Go for the throat the Angel. Right. So, saving some life here.
I mean, he's got to just try to get a couple of draw steps in to put something in the way. He's got to realize that a Snapcaster is probably not far behind. It just seems to happen that way pretty often. And Snapcaster can hit Purge if he hits a land. It can just Vapor Snag for the damage if that's what's more important, or if he doesn't hit the land.
Hayden has a play. It looks like it's just going to be that Ghoul again. Yeah.
Diregraph Ghoul, sad face.
Not impressive. Does he have a second one? Grave Crawler.
Also cannot block.
Yeah, not great right now. He's going to go to 6, or he can chump with a Blood Artist. I don't know that that's that appealing, but
I think that, you know how I was talking about velocity earlier?
Mm-hmm.
Aggressively pushing your deck's game plan forward and forward and forward. Nick has been able to do that thanks to Ponder. Hayden has not. He has hit a stop here.
And there goes the Angel and the Geist coming at Hayden. Hayden appears to not have any blocks. Or is he thinking about blocking with that Blood Artist?
I mean, this might be the time to do it. He might not get another chance. I don't know. I guess you'd probably just want to hold on to it and just hope that that Diagraph Ghoul is going to do what he wants it to do.
Yeah, I think I might hold it back. Just for now, where he's still at a fairly healthy life total, so he's going to go to 6. So now, obviously, like he's going to need to keep back some blockers or die, unless he can find an answer.
We're looking at the camera,
Where are
by
the
the way.
Geth's verdicts?
The spies? I mean, I guess he gets to see what's coming.
Yeah, Snapcaster,
But he is-
Geist,
There,
Angel.
that's
Oh,
much clear. And
that's
it's back again.
rough.
So yeah, double Snapcaster means that he doesn't even have to cast it first. Wow.
oh gosh.
That is a beating, as we say in the business.
I mean, even a Geth's verdict here is awful because he just goes, okay, Snapcaster, sacrifice Snapcaster.
Yep.
He needs to find a way to get.
He took the Angel?
Yeah, he took the.
I think
Angel.
I just take one of the Snapcasters. Right now, he has already got Snapcaster Exile and then Snapcaster Blink or Bounce. So like, I'd rather have him only have one of those.
There's a Snapcaster.
Yeah. So this is
and
just a
Vapor
game, right? I
Snag,
mean, unless Hayden comes up with
and-
something, because next turn it's just going to be Snapcaster and Celestial Purge your Blood Artist, and that's it.
Yeah. Oh, that's a sad face. I feel like I want to see Hayden's deck do what it's supposed to do, and it just has not.
I do too.
In
It just
either game,
sputtered
really.
out both times. Yep.
I mean,
that really highlights the power of a card like Ponder, right? Like it gets you to the cards that you need to do. Hayden's deck doesn't have access to things like that.
there are blue-black zombies lists.
Yeah.
And
And
maybe
he
that's what the
extends the
difference is.
hand.
Maybe you should be playing something like that. As far as what he's gaining out of having access to red, he's got 4 Brimstone Volleys. We never saw those. Not seeing anything else main deck that he needs the red mana for. He's got 2 Pillar of Flame to deal with undying creatures.
Hey, we're back.
Yeah, it's us. I'm Joey Pasco here with Marshall Sutcliffe, and that was at least part of round 5 of 9 here in Seattle at the StarCityGames.com Open Series. I'm taking a look at Hayden's list, and he's got a lot of red in the board. He's got 2 Arc Trails, he's got 2 Active Aggression, he's got 2 Pillar of Flame, and he's got 4 Brimstone Volley in the main. But
We didn't see any of those Geth's verdicts. Those would have been quite good in that game.
they would have been good at a certain point. Once it got to that point where he was, who was it? Nick had the Snapcasters, it would have just been like, okay, whatever, I'll just throw away a Snapcaster and keep my Geist of St. Traft.
Yeah, he would have had to wait for a certain moment to do it, and I don't even know if he would have gotten that opening.
It wouldn't have been, game 1 was a lot closer, and I think oddly, if he had not played Porcelain Legionnaire game 1 and had that be something even as simple as, the Walking Corpse, as Tom Moss suggested, I think he would have won that game because it was very close, and he had lost 4 life just from casting Porcelain Legionnaires.
Yeah, and to the point that the 2 Porcelain Legionnaires in his hand were dead cards.
Right, because he was in too low of a life total to
He
cast
actually
them.
would just die if he resolved them to the damage that was going to happen on board. Yeah, we did get to see the